I'll tell you what, every single person who's mad at me about Chick-fil-A is whiter than you, Big T. Like there's no one darker than Steph Curry is upset about this take.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but
that's just what you're
maybe
right.
That's
the person
what's reflecting itself in your mentions, and you're extrapolating that out as a worldview, which is part of the grand problem in our society these days.
That's not true. I spoke only about the people who have spoken. I didn't say that that's all I said. I said the people who have come to react. The only person who was on your side was the one who told me to try the fucking soup.
Well, no, you got one chicken noodle soup person who like everybody says get soup.
No, that was a bad take for her to say.
Said.
Horrible take.
She was like,
you said all the Chick-fil-A defenders are like get the soup.
Well, when
the soup is good actually. Though
I have had multiple people tell me to get the soup
is
and
really
the Cobb
good.
salad, which
the Cobb salad
is best. If that's
it's
the best
not though,
got,
you know that.
The soup is actually like an above average soup.
Do we know that though, Big T? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't think I know that.
When I asked you today, you just made a claim about the service at Chick-fil-A, which nobody said wasn't better than Popeyes.
Well, no, I was just mentioning because I went to Popeyes today and they were out of 8 sauces and 9 of their 10 drinks.
Did you go to the one right here?
And I was like, that wouldn't, yeah.
It's so bad.
But
it's
all
like,
the
Popeyes are bad.
All we're talking about
is
another
one.
Calm down.
If that would never happen at Chick-fil-A, but if they were out of a sauce, they'd be like, I will personally walk to the end of the earth to find you that sauce.
I will make you the sauce.
Do not leave where you're at right now. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Did you say Chick-fil-A will never be out of sauce?
Yeah.
There was like a whole sauce shortage.
Yeah.
Well, no,
there was a sauce shortage.
they never ran out. They never ran out. They said
that's a bad take.
They said you can't get more than like a couple, but they never ran out.
No, there was a short.
No, there's a
yes,
Chick-fil-A
there was
a shortage.
Yes, there was a supply chain
and
issue. I go to Chick-fil-A 4 times a week, Arian.
Popeyes. And what it means is Popeyes sauce is more cracking, so more people ordering it.
No.
Simple economics, family. Simple
no,
economics.
It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I will say is when I
we're starting absolutely.
When I launched this take out into the universe, and I'm glad I read my mentions. I wish that's what I had said on the show in the first place, because how I represented it on Monday's show was wrong. My take, which I still love, Chick-fil-A doesn't have a single thing on the menu that can touch the McNugget. And Twitter, to its credit, very supportive of this take. And the biggest thing I've seen on behalf of the Chick-fil-A stands like you, Big T, everyone immediately sprints to talk about the sauce, which you just did, an inherent.
No.
Yes, they are. These are my mentions.
But that's not what I was saying. Very supportive. Have you read your mentions?
Oh yeah, I've been inundated with people. Yeah, there are people who are very angry, but even the angry people, they're like, well, what about the sauce? You're just admitting that your chicken is flavorless and you need the sauce.
Chick-fil-A nuggets 40 times better than the McNugget, my guy. Absolutely erroneous take. Egregious, superfluous. Superfluous doesn't belong there, but I didn't write that tweet.
Sure doesn't.
CFA is slightly overrated, but that's madness. While Coley is wrong, Popeyes is better than Chick-fil-A. That just interjected a whole new thing into the argument. Trash take of the year. Congrats, Coley. This is a bad take. This is why you shouldn't listen when people from the Northeast give food opinions. One guy, thank you, Coley, for standing up for what is right. Yeah, I mean, it goes on and on. This isn't, I'd say,
you're reading the quote tweets. You're reading the quote tweets.
Okay, you want me to read
quote
the
tweets? The quote tweets are built specifically for disagreement. No one quote tweets things to be like, yes, I agree.
Turn that animal down.
Yeah, that's my pit bull. She's not gonna calm down.
So I don't fuck with dogs.
Turn the animal down.
Yeah, you would like Rosie.
No, I wouldn't. I promise you I wouldn't.
She's a good dog.
No, she's not. He said, Rosie. She ain't listen. Not a good dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, she doesn't. She's protecting the homestead.
Man, what I missed, man? My apologies. I try to get on time.
Not much. We were just talking about Chick-fil-A.
We were just pretty much continuing the group chat discussion, and I said, reflective of my mentions, not for the entire race of anyone, but I said no one darker than Steph Curry was disagreeing with me.
Facts. Wait, hold on. Are you talking about the Chick-fil-A and McNugget steak?
It turned into most people just shitting on Chick-fil-A. I would take the McNugget over anything on Chick-fil-A's menu.
Chick-fil-A's like the the standard, right? It's just not the standard. It's like the median. It's where the bar's set, right? But there's so many. I'm not, it's not bad. I like Chick-fil-A, but it's like not. You talking about the best fast food chickens? That's just not even.
It's middle of the pack.
Do you think? Do you think the McNugget is better than a Chick-fil-A sandwich or a Chick-fil-A nugget for that matter?
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think chicken. The chicken at Chick-fil-A is it's way better than McDonald's chicken.
Thank you.
McDonald's
I'm
chicken.
Sure.
I'm skeptical that McDonald's chicken is chicken. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I think they're both from Purdue, to be quite honest.
Even
I think if you trace back the supply chains, I think it's coming from the same people.
But they don't taste remotely similar.
But even if it wasn't chicken, it's still good.
No, yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'll fuck up some McNuggets, but like they're.
I don't know, man. Them just be dry like, every time, and I don't ever order them. It's my kids, right? My kids every now and then order them, and I'll just, you finish your meal and you dip it. You know what I'm saying? And them shits be dry, dog. I don't.
So that's what Coley was saying. He was saying everybody's talking about Chick-fil-A sauce, and then he's like, which means that the chicken isn't as good. Have you eaten a McNugget with no sauce recently?
I'm not. My point isn't that I would eat a McNugget without sauce. But if your counter argument to why it's better is to bring up the sauce, that's a bad argument. That's my point. If you can't say the chicken unto itself, I didn't say it was, but these were what people were saying to me. Everyone was just like, the sauce is better, which also isn't true. Chick-fil-A sauce, if we really want to get into it, they don't have a single sauce better than McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. No one on the planet has matched McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. Like other places have sweet and sour sauce.
I'm on Coley's grind. I'm on Coley's grind.
I gotta disagree there, dog. The Chick-fil-A sauce is fire.
But that's not sweet and sour.
It's better than sweet and sour. Yeah, it's fire.
Right.
The Chick-fil-A sauce
I
is
got
good.
a whole bottle. I got a whole bottle of that. Like, shit, I put it on other shit. Like, this shit's good.
There's no sweet and sour sauce.
For sure, you put it on good food.
Yeah, there's no sweet and sour sauce that compares to McDonald's sweet and sour sauce.
That's not what we're talking about.
Oh.
We're talking about
it's both.
Sauce.
I'm talking about both.
I still think it's number one. I think 1-1.
The best sauce, in my opinion.
Raising Cane's.
And that's the fake one, right? Zaxby's is the best sauce.
Okay. That's fair.
To me, Raising Cane's is the knockoff Zaxby's. That's just my experience.
That's
I think that's fair.
That's correct.
And Zaxby's chicken is the best chicken of any food chain. Like, it's just so.
That's also
so consistent.
Raising Cane's people are going to get real pissed at you for that. But
Yeah, I mean, you're wrong, Arian.
I'm in Texas. They're everywhere. I'm in Texas. They're everywhere. Yeah, I hear you.
My roommate, my freshman year of college, I also went to high school with him. His dad works in like catering, and he loves Zax sauce so much that for Christmas when we were in college, his dad got him a like pallet of Zax sauce. Like there were probably, I don't know, 1,000 of them in there, 1,000 of the little containers. I bet he still got it.
That's a
good
lot.
dad.
That's a lot. Yo, I'm getting a little chubby too, man. I got too many fast food takes. You know what I'm saying? I need to curve this shit. This shit is getting out of control.
Where do we stand on Bojangles in all of this? Because that's another place I would take over Chick-fil-A.
That's a Southern thing, and so I can't really speak on Bojangles because all my experiences in the South, Bojangles was always out of the way. I've always heard of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from the South, but like, so I've always heard of the shit, but I never really went.
Yeah, I think.
Have y'all had Frenchies?
No.
So Frenchies, I didn't hear about it until I came to Houston. Frenchies probably has the best fried chicken I've had. Like, and it's I would say it's pretty not even really close.
It's a chain.
Interesting.
No, they don't. I don't know if they have it. I don't think they have a sandwich. It's a chain, but I've only heard of it in Houston. They could be other places, but their chicken is like, I'm talking about my rookie year. They used to make, and we continue the tradition. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to make the rookies before we got on plane rides go to Frenchies before the plane left, and you had to do it before the plane left, and you had to go get like a whole bunch of chicken for all the older heads. And so we used to make the youngest do that when it was our turn. But it's that good though. It was really bomb.
We use the show a lot to talk about like the misses that we've missed on Tuesday. One that I read that I definitely was disappointed. I didn't even mention. Checkers has great fries. Great fries.
Yeah.
I don't know if every time I see Checkers, I think of a race car track, and I just never pull up there. I don't.
Checkers is completely mediocre. As like an establishment.
Them and Arby's have good fries. But yeah, Coley, you're not a fry guy though.
Arby's, so Arby's, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to talk about Arby's. I think Arby's has the number 2 fry, right behind McDonald's. I think Arby's is number 2.
Curly fries are great.
I don't know when the Arby's slander started.
It's unacceptable.
Man, Arby's is top tier, like fast food shit. Like
They
that shit is
have
good.
the meats. No one else
They
has
do.
the meats except for Arby's. I don't
About
know
they
why.
slogans, but they sandwich is good, man. They got a nice little sauce too. I'm telling Arby's is underrated for whatever reason. They got hella slander.
They got the horseradish.
Yeah,
They
Arby's
get
and
every-
horsey
Arby's
is
is
a great
delightful.
sauce.
You know what you missed on your woted shit, Big T?
What's that?
Long John Silver's.
Shut
Yeah,
up! I
just-
love
just the
Long
whole
John Silver's.
restaurant. Yeah, I
Man,
think
place
it's
sucks.
Maddie, you might be the only human being I've known in the last 10 years that have claimed to taste
I think it's
it.
a money laundering front.
I don't care. I look.
Bro, I'm telling you, Maddie, you are the only person.
I
I've
know.
never
Only
even
one.
seen anybody
I
in that
know.
motherfucker.
No.
Are they still open?
Yes. So I grew up going there.
They
every-
washing money. Yeah,
I-
I'm with you, T. They washing
In
money.
Ohio, Long John Silver's.
I grew up going to
Oh.
Long John Silver's every week, and and
Why?
Why?
my grandma really liked it there, and so we'd go all the time. But they have their hush puppies are so good. They have a corn
They're
on the
not.
cob, which you can't find corn on the
Corn on the cob.
yeah. They have corn on the cob. You get hush puppies. They have like pretty decent fries. Then you would get their
Yo.
chicken. They have like chicken. It's not like
Yo.
chicken tenders. It's like chicken fillets.
It's like you're negotiating with yourself. Pretty decent fries.
So good.
Like,
And
yo,
then-
nobody's making you go there.
No,
bro. Go
it's,
get some
it's,
good
the,
fries.
it's definitely
It sounds
the,
like they were.
it's top. Yeah, I was 7, but like the hush puppies are top tier, and then you get like the chicken fillets are really good, and then they also have like whitefish fillets, which I'm not saying anyone should get, but I've eaten it, and I'm still here to tell the tale. I
didn't die. That's
I will stand by Long John Silver's. I might be the only fan of Long John Silver's in America, but I will stand by them
Yeah.
till the day I die.
I just went on Twitter and searched Long John Silver's just to see what the people are saying.
Not great reviews.
Long John Silver's is just the live action version of the Chum Bucket. There is a secret society living amongst us that's keeping Long John Silver's
Me,
open.
I'm part of it.
We might need to look into that.
People believe NFTs are used to launder money, but say nothing about Long John Silver's.
Never seen them in the same
a good
room.
point.
It's
a good point.
It was in a really bad part of town, and so like we would, so we would drive a really like we would. I would say it was an hour round trip to go get Long John Silver's.
There wasn't a single fast like fish establishment in between here and there.
No, we would choose to go to Long. It's not like it was like it just
would
happenstance. We would
choose.
go out of our way to go to. It was a treat. It was like I would grow up thinking Long John Silver's was like a delicacy.
Y'all should have just went to the rest stops in Ohio. You had
Look,
a better
I
meal,
don't-
dog.
look-
Some beef
Yeah.
jerky and some Gatorade. You've been
See
way
what's in
better
the
off.
toilet. You might have a better meal.
Yeah, no, I am an advocate for Long John Silver's. If anything, get their hush puppies. They're so good.
Literally every single tweet on Twitter is just who is keeping Long John Silver's in business.
Oh, my
I'm
my
telling
dead
you.
grandma.
They washing money, man. It's like rug shops, and
Yeah, yeah.
for the most part, light shops like LED light stores. Man, I'm telling you, man, just laundering. Nobody's ever in there. When's the last time you?
I'm-
Who's the last person you know to purchase a rug? Everybody's rugs.
I just got a rug last week from Amazon. But
Well, you also eat at Long
From
John
Amazon.
Silver's, so
Yeah.
yeah,
She's just visiting all the places that nobody else goes.
nobody goes.
Yeah.
to.
They're like, "What, Maddie? What'd you do this weekend?" Well, I ate at Long John Silver's.
Then I went
We
to a rest stop.
Went to Mattress Firm.
Maddie's gonna
then
go
to
to
the rug
Bohemian
shop.
Grove. He'll go to Bohemian
Yeah.
Grove and cater it with Long John Silver's and
That's horrifying.
worship a golden calf on a rug.
Absolutely horrifying.
We should definitely
Long
talk.
John Silver's.
We should definitely talk about Cookout too. I know it's one of the places that a lot of people live by. A lot of people talk about it as it's like king. I remember I went in Tennessee with Chef Donnie when we were there for the pro football show, and I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't think it was like what a lot of people of the South make it out to be.
Here's
It's
the
really
thing. Did you
good
get a
drunk
shake?
food. Yeah, the shake,
you
the
get a
shake, the shake was really
What
good.
What shake did you get?
I think it was like cookies and cream or whatever.
That's a good one. It's no
Um,
creamsicle, but it'll do.
Okay, and then the BLT wraps were really good. It's cheap. It's definitely
So-
affordable if you want a really big meal.
Yes,
but
here's the thing
I'll let you
about
speak on
Cookout. It's not the best food you're gonna have, but it's open at 2:30 in the morning. It's $4 for 6 quesadillas, 4 chicken strips, an order of fries, a Coke, and a milkshake. And it's
Hey, bro,
fun.
say quesadilla again.
quesadilla.
I like that whole sentence, everything he said. Like Big T's like a young major league umpire. Like I view him like a young Joe West. Like the way he's just got like the southern drawl, the way he said that whole sentence.
If you look
That's
at
what I
his
mean.
fit,
Yeah,
he low-key look like an umpire right now.
I don't not look like an umpire right now. You're correct.
Right. That's what I don't even mean it as a negative. Like
got a polo on under this.
he's got a striped shirt.
Boy got a fleece on top of a polo. That's funny, dog.
Well, that
What
was
kind of
What?
shoes you
What?
got?
You
Are
don't-
they Sperry's?
You
Are they
don't like
Sperry's?
you don't like the way this looks? You can wear a quarter zip and a polo.
Nah, I'm with you. Nah, do your thing. You got like 7 colors on right now.
that was like when I went to
you
Waffle
look like-
House.
Well, it's
You
cold
look like the
outside. You can't
seventh
just walk in
assistant
here with a
coach.
polo.
He's the one that carried clipboard, but don't say nothing.
No, I'm wearing shitty shoes right now because there's still gross ass snow outside, and I don't want to get my new shoes. Fuck
Yeah, that's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
with you. You didn't want to crease the J's.
That was
But
like when
I
I went to
agree.
Waffle House and Big T looks at me and just goes, "Get the All-Star Special, scattered, smothered, and covered."
We were in.
Don't say anything else.
You texted the Macrodosing group chat, and Avery was at Waffle House for the first time, and I was like, "You've never been." I was like, "Listen, just read this text to them. I promise you will be taken care of."
She looked at me like I was a war veteran. She was like, "You know about this?"
That's how I feel when have you ever took somebody else? Because I don't drink at Starbucks ever. Like I never. It's not. I don't like coffee. I don't like caffeine. It's not my thing. But like I'll go get some for my girl, my mom, or my sister, something like that. And like they have to read it to me. Or they have to send it to me. And I'm reading it off like they got 3 pumps. Like this specific. And they're like, yeah, it's like 3 double pump cafe mocha latte chata, all this other shit. And they're like, okay, anything else? I'm like, you got that? I don't have to repeat it. It's really weird. Like hella specific. Hella specific.
Yeah, Starbucks. I don't understand that world at all. But cookouts. They say it is similar. I agree to Waffle House. Very similar logic
think I've ever
behind
had
what they
Cookout.
got going on. Cookouts. I like Cookout. I've only had it twice, I think, but it eliminates fries from the equation entirely because you can get a burger and instead of fries get a quesadilla or chicken nuggets
doing
or
it
like
right.
literally another burger. Like it removes. It just makes sides better.
The burger was very good. I did like the burger.
Where is this other thing?
Yeah. They've got them in Texas for sure.
I don't think I've ever seen one. Let me Google this. Cookout.
I feel like they don't have the best signage. I could be mistaken, but I feel like they have a very inconspicuous sign.
That's where Checkers loses me, man.
Correct. Yeah. Checkers. The only reason I've ever had Checkers is because when I was in Flatbush, I lived across the street from one and it never felt good.
Yeah, I'd never go out of my way to go to Checkers, but I definitely, if it's around and it's the only thing to have, I'll eat it.
Yeah, it's tough. Rally's Checkers, the tough scene.
I'm
Oh
glad we-
man, they need to hire somebody to brand for them. This might be the worst
Yeah.
logo I've ever seen.
That's what I
Holy
mean.
Shit,
They don't want you to know about it.
bro. They just have like standard font in white. That shit is the worst.
By the way, I was wrong. They don't have them in Texas.
Interesting.
Alabama,
Do they have-
Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi, Carolinas, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia.
They got them in Knoxville. I've never seen it. In Knoxville.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been there. It's on the strip. It's like,
Oh, that's new then.
yeah.
It wasn't
it's-
on the strip when I was there.
Yeah, it's the end of the
Yeah,
strip.
you definitely would have had it.
Like furthest from, like, camp. Like the end closer to going on.
Yeah, nah.
But yeah, they'll put a
It's a very.
they'll put a whole pie in a shake for you. They're good by me.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
bad. It's a spatula with fire emoji. Yo, this is shit.
Yeah, it's
Listen,
bad.
they,
This
they
is
don't
type
need to
of-
sell you with the razzle dazzle. They've
But
got
that's what
a
I'm saying.
product.
Nah, they gotta see. When it comes to fast food, you judge a book by its cover. You have to, like, you gotta care about your branding if you're selling me nutrition or lack
They are
thereof.
not.
They are not. I don't know, man. I feel like you take a little pride in your logo. Like, it's the reason why I think the logo is the reason why McDonald's keeps prospering. It's just a beautiful logo, and they brand it the golden arch. You know, they're yellow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They brand them golden arch. It just sounds better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you see those things, especially on the highway, like it's the heavens calling you. Those golden arches, like they'll build it as high as they need to get that maximum visibility. They of course know what they're doing.
That's just crazy to me about marketing is like we all know it works. Like it works, and we just continue to be like suckered into it. It's really wild. Like I remember specifically being high one time and seeing a Pizza Hut commercial and ordering Pizza Hut. Like it works. Like that shit worked.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy how much advertising works.
Can you recall any time you've seen an ad so many times it finally just broke you down? Like not like an instant one like that Pizza Hut, like
the
a
Shakaroni.
commercial. Huh?
The Shakaroni.
Oh yeah, the Shakaroni.
I saw the
Yeah,
Shakaroni between every drive of every college football game from September to November, and I was finally like, you know what? I'm going home tonight. I'm ordering the Shakaroni, and it was horrific.
I don't know if one's beat me down, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta get it. But one has definitely like caused me to look into it. It's the commercial about mesothelioma. Have you ever seen that shit?
If you were a loved one.
If your loved one has been, I've definitely looked into that. I don't have it. But it's definitely interesting.
You are not entitled to compensation. Is that what you're saying?
Unfortunately, but or those are those local car dealerships.
Okay.
Like them shits work too.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And insurance works as well, dog.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Or those cheap car ads. Like if you've been in a wreck, it's like they have a sledgehammer. It's like I'm busting down truckers that don't take driving seriously or whatever the fuck they say. Them shits work because like if you ever get in a wreck, you like because you don't have access. You know what I'm saying?
Who's Avery? Is it Celino and Barnes? Is that the old New York? What was their phone number? It was just 8.
Celino and Barnes, injury attorney, 800-888-8888. Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get a better. If you're ever injured, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna dial 8 until someone answers the phone. Well, like it's perfect, absolutely perfect. I know they split up.
No, one of them died.
So they're split up.
I think it's just Celino. It's one of the two, obviously, but the guy rebranded so fast. They must have hated each other because I remember seeing a billboard very quick. It was just like now it's just like Celino law attorney. I'm like,
just
holy
me,
shit.
Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit in the chamber. There's a whole bunch of those like 877 cash now.
Mm-hmm.
The JG Wentworth.
I'm gonna be thinking of that for the next 6 hours.
Oh, I mean the absolute worst, and I feel bad saying it, but it's stuck in my head now. 1877 Cars for Kids. Whoever came up with that. I'm not going to play it for you, Arian. You're lucky you've never heard it. Big T, it doesn't seem like you've heard it either.
No, I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the worst. I don't know what they do. I've been meaning to look into that.
We should look into that. It's a scam.
Has to be.
They offer like
kids
cruises
can't drive
for cars.
cars.
Well, they offer cruises for cars, and like the cruises, like some people don't even get their tickets for them. We got to look into it.
You donate your car today, as they make very clear in the song, and it's just an acoustic guitar and like one kid locked in a room somewhere singing the theme song. It's very eerie. It gets stuck in your head. They've made it. It started on the radio. It's become a television commercial, which that should have been illegal. But yeah, I don't know what they do. Like they take your car as a donation for children. None of it adds up.
I've never looked into that either. It didn't make sense to me. I thought you were gonna know what they do.
No.
It just says donate your car today in the comfort of your home, easy and contact-free process with our simple online form. What are they doing?
We'll come take your car. Yeah.
Who are the kids?
They don't make it very clear.
They donate cars to kids.
It's cars for kids.
CharityNavigator.org gives it a poor rating with a score of 69.87, earning it a 1-star rating. Charity Navigator believes donors can give with confidence to charities with 3- and 4-star rating.
I've never heard this.
No, I think the idea behind it is for like families that like can't afford a car, so they give it to them, but they don't really make it super clear. That's just what I'm inferring based on all the information at hand.
Yeah, it's a sketchy business.
Nowhere,
KARS, Cars for Kids.
Nowhere in the Cars for Kids ads does the charity inform potential donors of how their car donations will help kids.
Why donate? This their website. Why donate to Cars for Kids. Help change the lives of thousands of local kids with your donation. Give kids a second chance to earn their high school diploma. 100% of net proceeds go to the kids. Receive the highest possible tax deduction for your donation. The donation process is fast and easy. We provide free towing and convenient pickup options. Our friendly staff will assist you with all paperwork. We are a tax exempt, IRS approved 501c3 nonprofit charity. So
that didn't clear anything up.
If Elizabeth Holmes is in jail, these people should be in jail.
They don't tow your shit away. They show up, they put their hand up, they ask you to toss them the keys, and they drive off. This seems like someone figured out a legal way to steal cars. That's what it sounds like to me.
But I don't, when you donate a car vehicle to Cars for Kids, you take comfort in knowing that our charity car donation program is the only one of its kind where 100% of the net proceeds go to the kids. What the fuck does that mean?
It's a chop shop. They're stripping it down for the metals.
But they said help high school kids get their diploma. Are they donating? What is it? It's free.
Listen, I gotta tell you something. I went to high school. It wasn't that hard. Donating a car ain't gonna help anybody get a high school diploma. Okay, if you can't get it, that's on you.
What I'm thinking is maybe they help kids get clothes, transportation to schools. That makes sense, but it doesn't say what it does with the money. It's just like help the kids.
So
and where's the money coming in if you're giving the car for free? Where's the money coming from?
They got to sell them.
So this says,
why wouldn't I just sell it and donate it to the local youth?
I don't know. They have their own auction.
OORAH, OORAH, Cars for Kids sister charity is the organization that actually runs the quote educational development and recreational programs for Jewish youth and their families, described in Cars for Kids mission statement.
So only Jewish people?
Yeah, it looks like it's a Jewish charity. OORAH, which means awaken in Hebrew, specializes in outreach to non-observant Jews, operating summer camps and other programs that seek to make non-Orthodox Jews more observant.
None of those things lead to a diploma, though.
Listen, they got a 1 star. Okay.
Hey, do they have or do charities do? No. What is that? Shit, that organization, the Better Bureau.
Better Business
Better
Bureau.
Business Bureau.
Yeah, that would they don't do charities, do they?
No, they people like pay their way out to get like an A+ rating from them to look good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Someone has to be on top of charities, though. There has to be someone looking into them.
It looks like it's CharityWatch.org.
Man, that's why I got rid of my charity, man. I realized this shit was just a fuck. It's just where rich people, they just want to feel good, and they just wash. A lot of people wash money. They just do. It's shit is whack.
Isn't it like? Don't a lot of, especially, like I feel like every athlete does pop up with a charity.
Charity. I think charity is different than like foundations. I'm talking about foundations.
It's just called the charity.
Okay.
The Charity Commission is the government body that regulates charities.
But isn't it one thing where it's like you would start a foundation, and then that's where you would hire your friend to run it, and when you pay him, that's now a tax write-off, and so now you don't. Right, that's what I mean.
Everything is a tax write-off when they donate it. The shit that you do with the money, it's all a tax write-off. So it's like there is good work that is done within foundations and charities. But what I've seen from my experience, it's really just for rich people to write off taxes and feel good about themselves. Like it's just really gross, man. There are good like grassroots organizations that you can donate to where they really just put the money to use. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Like a lot of times it's just handing out turkeys in the hood. You know what I mean? It's just like it's for optics. It's optics.
All right. Well, I say we get into what we were going to talk about today specifically.
Hang on. Can we do one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
This doesn't really involve Arian, but I just need to talk to Coley about this. You saw the other take from today that ESPN put out.
Listen.
People should be in jail for that.
Well, what ESPN, as much as they've fallen off, what they're still good at is infuriating people and drawing clicks. And it can't be any more than that. That was bait. I don't mind you blogging it. It's up. It should have been blogged because they deserve to get made fun of.
Yeah, listen, if they're getting clicks, I'm getting clicks too.
For sure. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
gotta-
one
you
of
gotta
those
fill,
things.
You got to fill the people in. We don't know.
They have Derek Jeter as like the 25th best baseball player of all time, ahead of like inarguably better player.
Albert
like,
Pujols was the main one, but Tony Gwynn also. Mariano
Ichiro.
Rivera is better than him. Ichiro.
Yeah, I mean,
It's insane.
Derek Jeter is really good. One of the best shortstops of all time. There are many better than him. One of the best of all time. Should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. Tremendous baseball player. Not better than like 75 to 100 people who've ever played baseball. That's just, it is what it is.
There were 4 or 5 seasons he wasn't the best shortstop in the AL East.
There were multiple seasons he wasn't the best shortstop on his own fucking team.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
So it's like, he's really good. I think he's a lot cooler than he gets credit for as we keep moving away from his career. I do think his postseason accolades they kind of get buried when the conversation about him. I don't like talking about them because I don't like giving a Yankee too much credit. But what did they have him? 28th?
I think he was 26 or 28. Yeah, he was 28.
I think A-Rod was 26.
Yeah,
A-Rod's higher than 26 too. Like, so that was pretty insane of them to have that. They put that graphic out because they knew people would get upset.
Who else is maybe top 10?
That's like when we put out the graphics of like best singers and we put like.
We do that on purpose,
yes.
though. People actually had to write this.
Right. Yeah. If we want to keep it in the baseball realm, did you see what your boy did last night, Big T?
My boy.
Gary Sheffield Jr.?
No, I didn't, but I love that he's my boy. I think he actually follows me on Twitter.
I would bet it. He got duped.
Oh, he doesn't.
It was a tough scene.
What happened?
So there's a troll account on Twitter that I love. I won't even call them a troll account because that's disrespectful. They are the number one source in sports and sports media these days, most trusted, everyone's favorite, Ball Sack Sports. They tweeted out a graphic of Josh Smith.
I'm just looking at this.
And under the graphic, it said, LeBron couldn't play in my era. This is attributed to no one. It's not a sourced quote. It was the perfect tweet, really. What's the whole thing say, Big T? What's the whole quote?
So it's a picture of Josh Smith. It says, this does come to you from @Ballsack Sports on Twitter. And it's a graphic. It looks like one that we'd make, honestly.
It's a very professional looking graphic. It's a good looking graphic. Is all it takes for people to buy it hook, line, and sinker.
It's a good looking graphic. It's a different game back then, much more physical. I don't think he has the jump shot or skills to really consistently dominate defenses then as he does today. There's so much spacing in today's game. We had 2 to 3 guys on a star player any given night. Nothing was easy. Josh Smith on LeBron translating to the 2000s.
That's not real. Can't be real.
No, he didn't say that, but then Gary Sheffield Jr. wrote that on Outkick.
Which Fox News tweeted out to their 28 million followers from the @Fox News handle.
It went out on Fox News?
Yeah.
Just to shit on LeBron?
No, it was the one time, actually, Fox News was defending LeBron, but it was against nothing. Like, it wasn't a real quote. They were just like, this is a LeBron thing. People will click it. But I read Gary Sheffield Jr.'s. I didn't know he did it because I only saw it from Fox News. So the second I opened it, because I already knew the quote was fake, the second I opened it and I saw his name, I said, this is enough to keep Senior out of the hall. Like, if this is why they don't want to put him in, I'm okay with it.
Can I play devil's advocate for 1 second? If there's anybody who would say something that stupid, it's Josh Smith.
No, stop it.
Josh
I'm not going to stand for Josh Smith slander.
One of the dumbest people to ever live, let's be honest.
Josh Smith is the original LeBron. He was the first person to come back from down 3-1. He got Doc Rivers the fuck out of there when he was on the Clippers. Shout out the Houston Rockets.
Listen, I love Josh Smith as a kid. One of my favorite quotes of all time was after he went like 0 of 11 from 3 in a game. And a reporter asked him, why did you keep shooting? He said, because I was open. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time.
If Ben Simmons had Josh Smith's outlook on basketball, he would be the best player in the league. Fact.
Probably.
I love Josh Smith. I love anyone who's close personal friends with Rondo, because Rondo doesn't have many close personal friends. He's a bad guy. And Josh Smith's in that inner circle. Huh?
Why is Rondo a bad guy?
He's just like, he doesn't like people. Like how you look at dogs, that's how he looks at people.
I look at people the same as well. I just have to deal with them.
Yeah,
really
he's not
fuck
much
with
for the
anything.
dealing with it. No, I love Rondo. He's just like he's his own guy. He doesn't give a fuck. And him and Josh Smith, boys, all the way back to Oak Hill. I always wanted them on the Celtics together. It didn't come to fruition. But obviously, Josh Smith, who was drafted a year after LeBron James, would never say that. And I read Sheffield's article to make sure he wasn't like doing another troll on top of it. Like he got the joke. He didn't get the joke at all. He went on to say anyone who checks journalistic sources is an idiot. So that's what we got going on in the world today. Those are the other takes.
Has he acknowledged this, or is he just like tweeting through it? Sheffield.
I don't know. I haven't checked. It was you can check. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at his tweets. I don't really. It's just a lot of tweets
funny
about the lockout.
It was very funny. Ballsack Sports is global. Shout out Ballsack.
Yeah, you got to just tweet through that.
You have to. You can't fault from Ballsack Sports. You can't.
Ballsack Sports.
It's not. They weren't even trying to hide it. It says in bold letters, Ballsack Sports.
It's like the third time I've seen them go viral in like the last 6 months, where people just very clearly don't read. Like the answer's in front of you. The reason I very much appreciate people like Ballsack Sports, which gets funnier every time I say it, they get people to admit loudly that they don't read. Like they don't know how to read. They're not even trying to read. Anyone who does that consistently is good money in my book. Like the people who fall for like the fake Adam Schefter, the fake Ian Rappaport, like, yeah, that happens. Like sometimes you're a little too fast. You don't check to see if it's actually
I gotta figure
verified.
out why that dude blocked me, bro. I gotta figure it out.
Which one?
Yeah, Ian Rappaport. I originally said it was Darren Rovell, but it wasn't him. I knew it was one of them.
We could figure that
Ian
out
Rappaport.
for sure.
I want to know why he blocked me, dog.
PFT
I
knows
didn't follow
him
him.
pretty well.
Yeah, PFT knows him well. We could probably get him on, to be honest.
Yeah, put him on. That'd be a good conversation. Why you block me, cousin? What'd I do to you? Cause he's always on my timeline, and I'll click it and be like, I'm like, fuck. Like I don't. It's like FOMO. It's like I don't give a fuck what he's saying, but like I want to know what he's saying because it's always on my fucking timeline.
Right.
Listen, I'm blocked by Woj, and it's tough. It's a tough scene.
Wait, is that the Wall Street Journal?
No, Adrian Wojnarowski, the basketball insider.
I have no idea who that. No idea who that is.
You absolutely do. He breaks every basketball signing that's ever happened. He's been on your timeline no less than 1 million times.
But it's not blocked, so I just keep scrolling.
For sure,
blocked,
yeah.
Right.
When it's blocked, you click it. You know what I'm saying? That's a fucked up experience, man. When you're like, and you're like, I don't even know this motherfucker. How did they block? Why did they block? It's annoying.
Yeah, Woj blocked me, and it makes my job harder. It really does.
You ain't got no burner. Just get a burner.
Yeah, I mean, I've had other, like I have the mixtape account. When I'm logged in, but like to log out just to log into something else, that 2 seconds it takes is so. It's just like
I feel you. All we got is time. I feel you. All we got is time, man. Speaking of
So
which, have y'all
annoying.
seen Ready Player One?
I have. I think I'm the only one who
Big T?
has.
No, I have.
Oh,
I'm going to
has.
make a
Okay.
concerted effort
I say this every episode.
this week. By the time we record next Monday, I'm going to have made a concerted effort to watch.
You still with your shorty?
Yeah, why?
All right, y'all have a date night. Be like, yo, let's sit here, let's Netflix and chill, ma. Order some Chick-fil-A.
All right, we're gonna
order some Chick-fil-A. Sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Get some apples.
Log off a Gab. You know what I'm saying? And just turn everything off.
no free ads.
Tell me.
No free ads. You know what's fantastic that I just tried? Bud Light Seltzer Hard Sodas.
Oh boy,
Have
that
you
does seem like something you would like.
Have you tried this?
No.
3 out of
I've
the
even heard
4,
of that,
2 out of the 4 elite. There's like classic cola and there's cherry. Those are elite. Orange takes a bit of a step down, and then lemon lime is like another half step below that, but they're all fantastic.
Hey, what's your favorite healthy food, man?
Healthy food?
Healthy food?
Define
healthy. The pickles on a Chick-fil-A.
No pickles. No pickle. I hate pickle.
We agree.
Nutritionally beneficial for longevity of life.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a big fruit guy. I love fruit. Not as much into the vegetables. Fruit all day. Give me all the fruit.
Vegetables are terrible.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Strawberries, love. That's got a lot of sugar in it, but like, Apples,
Definitely.
love
Those
apples.
are good. Those are good sugars though.
Yeah,
Those are
Yeah, it's
good
not
sugars.
processed.
It's different than like a milkshake sugar.
yeah, for sure. Apples, big apple guy. Grapes. Give me all the fruit.
Grapes are
Gotcha.
almost candy. Like grapes
Yeah.
don't really count as fruit,
That's fine.
but
Grapes are fruit.
All right,
they are. But like someone broke it down. Like the actual sugar is like closer to it. Not, I know it is a fruit, but like it's not really like you don't get many benefits from grapes as you do other fruits.
That's not true. Don't grapes have antioxidants? Or
They are an
blueberries?
antioxidant, yes, they will, but like blueberries are as well, and blueberries are way healthier for you
I
overall.
would agree with that. Grapes.
And I think
versus
if
blueberries.
you truly wanted to be like extremely healthy, I think you would just eat pomegranates when talking fruit.
Grapes are higher in calories, fat, than carbs, while blueberries contain more protein. Blueberries are overall richer in minerals and vitamins, containing higher levels of vitamin C, E. Huh. Blueberries are more superior than grapes. But blueberries don't make wine like grapes do, so
It's true.
fuck 'em.
Another health food.
See, wine
Wine is
tastes
helpful.
like shit to me. I can't drink. It's horrible.
That's really bad.
How old are you?
You have your
24.
palate is pretty trash. not gonna lie.
24. Okay.
Well, granted, I didn't
Yeah.
drink any alcohol until I was 23. So
Oh, this is your first year. Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, yeah. You should be drinking the works right now. Mad Dog 2020, Natural Ice. You should be just
Yeah,
doing the
well,
works right now.
The
Do
the
works.
Bud Light spiked soda he's
Yeah,
talking about is
yeah.
something like me in college, I would have been drinking
Yeah.
24 a
I think
night.
I think when you mature, it's like a branch, right? You go like 3 or 4 different ways. Like some people like really find tequilas, and you start to realize that they're quality tequilas, and then you feel like there's quality whiskeys, then there's quality vodkas, and then wine, right? And like once you branch out of the let's just get fucking wasted on whatever's in the fridge, once you get out of that stage, you start to realize that there are quality alcohols that are fermented with care, love, and you can taste the difference.
I
And
haven't
once you
tried-
realize that,
I haven't tried white wine yet. I feel like I might like that slightly more.
my mother's a white wine drinker. I cannot. It's just too sweet. It's way too sweet. It's like
I'm a white wine
Which is
drinker.
why I think
It's
you'd like
sweet.
it.
Yeah. You if
Yeah,
you
I
get
feel like-
get like a Sauvignon Blanc or something like that, it's sweeter, more juice.
Duly noted.
So I think that's what it is, man. It's like when you reach the alcoholic age of maturity, you realize that you're not drinking just to get drunk. You're drinking because you enjoy the taste, and it goes really well with your meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Right.
it's deeper than just getting faded. Like I remember when I was in college. Well, I started drinking when I was 12. Really bad, by the way. But like, and it was just whatever they had, right? It's just whatever they Old English. I used to go.
You weren't a picky 12-year-old?
I wasn't a picky 12-year-old. I was like, yo, y'all got any Pinot? I'm not really feeling the Mad Dog 2020. You know what I'm
This is
saying?
a 95? Give me a 94.
Yeah, nah. But like, once you get in the drinking game a little bit, which I don't advocate for, right? Alcohol is definitely poison, but I think it has some health benefits in moderation. But we drink it to get drunk. Greatest feeling I've experienced. One of them.
All right,
Drunk?
people.
I'll tell you why. This is more of a mental health issue. But
Okay.
for years, I was so apathetic to everything and everybody. Like, I was like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I was so focused on grinding to get I didn't care about emotion. I thought you was weak if you cried. I thought you was a bitch. I thought you was, you know what I'm saying? I was that guy. I was like, shut up with that shit and just move forward, right? So I couldn't feel. So like when women like used to cry about things, I would laugh. I'd be like, come on, bro. Like, that kind of shit, right? And then, but when I drank, I got really emotional and I could understand and hear feelings, like all of that, right? It's funny, but it's like,
It's like your
And for-
gate came down.
yeah. And for years, that was my only reprieve from apathy, was drinking. And so I
Interesting.
loved it because it allowed me to feel. And so in my later years, like, you know, really when I hit probably like 28, but 28 was when I was like, all right, I got to change. Like, I'm hurting people around me. Like, everybody calling me an asshole. Like, I just didn't care. And so it's still, you know, I still am overly emotional when I drink, but I know I can feel again. It's
Yeah.
a really good feeling.
I bet.
I bet.
I bet. You listen, you sprinkle a little Molly in there, you'll be feeling fucking the heavens.
I fuck around and have another baby, man. I'm good off of that right now. That's one thing I refuse, like, aside from alcohol, like I can't ingest something that is like it's not like natural or organic.
I get what you're saying. I understand that the hesitancy for sure. But listen, man, these chemists know what they're doing.
I absolutely would if I had like a doctor on standby and like he's like, yo, this is what's in this. It's pure, it's woody whoop. And I'm like, cool, hook me up. I'll be the guinea pig. I'm on it. Let's do it.
I definitely wouldn't advocate doing really anything now with fentanyl fucking popping up and everything. I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree 1,000% on that.
100%, man.
But yeah, statues.
Oh yeah. Is
Let's
that what we're talking about today?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. I asked everybody to pick top 3 people that they would give a statue to. PFT sent me a list. Billy did not. So I say we'll go.
Oh man.
I know, Billy, unbelievable.
Because you don't like seasoning.
I say we'll go. I don't remember the exact order last time, but I remember Mad Dog, me. I think we went in like order of the room. So we'll go reverse this time, I guess, and we'll start with Coley, Arian, Big T, me, and then Mad Dog.
Hit it.
My number 1, he only has he has a statue. I don't think one is enough. I think every state, everywhere there is a statue, his statue should be right next to it. And that's Bill Russell. I don't know that there's been truly a more well-rounded and important American as Bill Russell. Not only is he a champion, he's just genuinely maybe the most moral human being we can point to and say, like, yes, he was real and did live. Like, I don't know how anyone has that much patience. I don't know how someone has that much courage. Bill Russell deserves way more statues than he currently has.
Okay with that.
It's a good start.
Bill. All right, so my first one is a fictional character, but I think we got to go with Mufasa. Mufasa is just that dude. His voice commands. He's everything the light touches. It's just one of them things where it's like he's everybody's father or grandfather. You know what I mean? He's just everybody's. That's an authority figure that I respect and love. Mufasa.
Pre-wine, Arian would have called him a bitch for dying.
Nah, it wasn't his fault. It's bitch ass brother's fault. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to save his son. He was being brave as fuck. Sorry, ho.
So I have one that's almost identical to everything Coley said, and mine was going to be Hank Aaron for like almost all the exact reasons that you said. Like, yeah, he has a statue at Truist Park, but like Hank Aaron, Dukes asked who the greatest athlete of all time was yesterday, and I said Hank Aaron. I think purely for what he did on the field, but also like one of the most important Americans to ever live.
Yeah. I mean, they were at a lot of the same places, doing the same things. I was telling Arian last time we were in New York, like, part of the reason Arian was able to make as much money is because of Bill Russell's sit-in before the All-Star game in Kansas City, where he refused to take the court because he found out how much CBS was making off of it. And he had the whole league sit in, and that really changed contracts in America. Other people, also like Spencer Haywood, a lot of people have also put in work towards it, but Bill Russell was really the first to be like, wait a minute, let's take a second here and figure this the fuck out. But yeah, I've got
also Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson was one of the ones that was the catalyst in ushering free agency and arguing why running back should get paid.
But yeah, I've got zero qualms with Hammer.
I like both y'all picks, really.
I don't think he's the greatest athlete of all time, but I think he gets overlooked in the discussion.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Barry Sanders.
Depends what you mean when you say athlete. Like, the best athlete of all time is Bo Jackson. The best
I don't know if that's true.
The best sports player of all time, there's a bunch you.
I've been thinking about Bo Jackson a lot, and I don't want to be anti-Bo Jackson by any stretch. If you're truly trying to argue the best two-sport athlete of all time, Jordan was better at basketball than Bo Jackson was at either of the two sports he played. So why is it that Jordan's not technically the better two-sport athlete if he truly dominated one way more than Bo did either?
I say Dion if we're talking about two-sport athletes.
That's
I
fair.
definitely think Dion's in the
I think it's
conversation.
Dion and
obviously
Bo
in the
Jackson, but I
conversation.
didn't even mean to sport. I just meant like when people say best athlete, I think half the people think like raw, pure athleticism, and some think like the best at playing a sport. And I think they're
Yeah,
they're
Nah,
different.
I don't think. I think when I think best athlete of all time, I think can do things or has done things in their respective sport or sports that is just mind blowing. That is just like defies what you think athletes, the human body can do. Like that's what I think of when I think of athlete. And to me, that was Barry Sanders. There was just have never been another athlete that I watched that was like, how the fuck did that happen, right? Like all basketball players is like really technical. It's really like you have a lot of gang, a lot of jumping ability, you know, a lot of skill set. But like when I watched Barry Sanders, it was like you're not supposed to be able to do that as a human. You know what I'm saying? And like to this day, there's never been anybody anywhere close to what he's done on the football field. It was just mind blowing, and that's what I think of when I think of the best athlete.
I still think it's Russell.
My man
National
just-
high jump champ, best
my man
basketball. Like,
My man is Michael Jordan Space Jam and everything on him.
Hell.
Cats, man.
but he was like, Wilt wasn't doing that to him. Wilt was much bigger.
Talking about
Well-
multiple sport, Jackie Robinson was like one
Yeah,
of the best
Jackie's a monster.
track and field
Jackie was a
athletes
monster.
to ever live.
He was the best quarterback in
Jet-
UCLA history.
Yeah,
Jesse
yeah.
Owens as well. Jesse Owens, killer. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people.
Someone,
Oh, go
John
ahead.
Heyman went viral. Sorry, John Heyman went viral the other day when Brady retired. He was like the best athletes of all time, and he still has Babe Ruth won. And it's just like you can't even begin to. And he put Brady too, which is also wrong. Like
Brandon
this is
and
not.
I got
that's
into the
that-
whole Babe Ruth thing today when we were talking about Pujols and
It
Jeter.
sound like y'all Chick-fil-A take. What it sound like.
No. Coley and I think agree that Babe Ruth is like not even in that comp.
It's weird. I think if Babe Ruth was born in 1989, he would be an all-star today. I genuinely believe that. I don't think he'd be the best player of all time. I think we should probably do a Babe Ruth episode maybe this month because it's possible
I almost
he's
brought
not
this up when
a white
Billy
guy.
was talking about the Abraham Lincoln thing. I was like, well, you know who might have been black was Babe Ruth.
Yeah, Babe Ruth. There's more evidence to point to him being black than there is to point to him being white. I'll say that.
I don't know enough about Babe Ruth.
It's
I guess I got to look back into him, huh?
yeah, he's like no one knows who his parents are because he's an orphan. If you look at like his physical attributes of him compared to everyone he was playing against, like his hair's different, like he's just very, very light. So it's like like his nickname other players called him makes it seem like they didn't think he was white. It's there's a
Ty
lot of
Cobb
compelling
said
evidence.
something one time about staying at a hotel that he certainly didn't think he was white.
Yeah, it's there's not a lot of evidence pointing to him being, and also the fact that he was just much better than everyone else at the same time. Like I don't know what the evidence would be like. Yep, that's a white guy. So it's interesting, but when you talk about all time, if you thoroughly dominated your era, I find it hard to believe being brought to a different era you would struggle.
Yeah.
I
and also,
I understand that.
athletes evolve too. Like, and so I know
Right.
Billy doesn't think so, but athletes evolve, and you kind of got to judge it relative to the time.
Like
Yeah.
when I see 6'5" Draymond Green being the best rim defender in the NBA, and then someone tells me Bill Russell couldn't play today, like how am I supposed to feel about that? He was 6'9", he was
Dennis Rodman.
right. Same thing. Like I don't get, I just don't understand. Like they didn't raise the hoop since like it's not 12 feet now. Like I don't get it.
Speaking of which, they should lower the hoop in women's basketball.
Stop it.
You're gonna get shit
Stop
on for
it.
saying that. You're gonna get into on
Why?
National Girls and Women in Sports Day. How could you?
Is that today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
There's so many days to keep up with. All right, so
Right.
here's my argument, right? It's not that okay. Do we not agree? Would we not agree that physically there is a massive difference between men and women vertically?
I agree with you. A lot of people on your side of the aisle would hate you for saying that.
I don't even think that's not controversial.
It
Saying
is.
There's
It is.
There's
Yeah.
a physical difference. we talk about when they talk about
Rogan's gotten in trouble for saying exactly what you just said.
No,
People
I promise
don't like
that
to
is
say
controversial.
Yeah.
that. Saying
Yes.
Men's
Yes.
sports doesn't have a vertical advantage to women's sports.
Yes.
I think
Well, then come at me. I don't give a fuck.
Arian
Fuck,
is
that's the dumbest shit
arguing
in the world.
like equality versus equity. Like it's equal
Yes.
because it's both 10 feet, right? 10 feet.
So my thing is this. The reason why they should lower it is this, right? Because I want to be entertained by women's basketball like I am men's basketball. Let's be honest. There's not a lot of, and this is a very hot take, I'm well aware, but there's not a lot of, I think the reason the fandom is lacking in women's basketball, right, to the extent that it is in men's, is because of the high flying shit. Like that's why we want to see acrobatic, high flying shit. We want our athletes to be the most athletic. And when you're physically limiting your possibility of dunking, like that just is what it is.
Well, let me ask you this: who has been the most electric player in basketball the last 10 years?
Steph Curry.
Can barely dunk.
I know, but he could do. Are you not arguing that there's anybody in women's basketball that can keep up with Steph Curry, right?
I'm not saying she could, like, Sue Bird could guard him. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the marketing of the WNBA has been lacking. They've done a bad job with their product up until recently. The past, I'd say 3 years, they've actually given a fuck. And it's the growth it's shown, I believe, is bigger than any of the 4 major sports, which of course it should be because the other sports don't have much more room to grow. So that's part of the argument too. But I do think the WNBA has gotten a lot more fans recently because, like, the games are on TV now. Like, you can actually watch. Like, I do think people have come around to being like, oh, there is actually like some killers in the WNBA. Like, I'll watch Kelsey Plum. I'll watch Sue Bird. I'll watch them all day.
I'm sure that there is a market.
And I don't want to see someone. My point is, if you lowered it to 9, I don't think that many more people would be dunking. B, it would just devalue the overall product of the sport. Then it would truly look like a junior sport.
But why?
But C, I don't want to see people shooting on a 9-foot hoop. That looks goofy.
But that's what I'm saying. But okay, hold on. Are the balls the same size?
No.
They're a little smaller.
Yeah, it's an inch
So this is
smaller.
what I'm saying. So why are we okay with that, but we're not okay with lowering the rims?
I'm shocked people are okay with it, to be honest with you.
It just don't make no sense because what we're doing is we're saying like I understand. Listen, I'm as left as you can get, right? So I understand equality and I understand the women's their plight to get the same rights as men in this country. I do understand that. But if we're gonna pretend like it's on equal playing field, then we're just fooling ourselves. Like I
don't think people do though. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Kobe, but right before Kobe passed, he was getting shit because he was saying,
I remember the interview you're talking about.
He was saying some woman could play in the NBA.
Yeah. He said, was it like Taurasi or somebody?
Someone, yeah. And he was like, and people were pushing back, like, why does that have to be the validation for women basketball players? Like, we know the WNBA is their NBA. No one's trying to. I think the direct comparison to the NBA is what the WNBA is trying to get away from, in a sense, because it's just like,
you will never.
Sure, and I understand that, but like, to compare it 1-to-1, I don't like. What good does that do the WNBA?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Is if you don't want to be compared, then why are we? Everything is standard with what you're trying to do with the men's league. So the fact that there is a men's league, it's always going to be compared because the fact of the matter is this: the best basketball in the world is played in the NBA. Would you disagree? Okay, so that it will always be this.
The best basketball in the world is probably played at UConn for the women. Gino's got those girls cranking.
No. I'm headed up there Sunday. I'm traveling 6 hours round trip to go to a women's basketball game, Arian. That's how much I love women's basketball. We're gonna kick their ass.
I hope that you.
Oh, is what's her name hurt this year?
They're not that good this year. We're gonna beat them. Yeah.
Who's the girl Jack Max in love with?
Kelsey Buckers.
Yeah, Paige Beckers.
Paige Beckers. Yeah.
She's hurt right now.
Is she out this year?
I think it was supposed to be like a couple months.
She's nasty. Oh, is that who Kobe was talking about?
No, it was before her. I think.
Yeah, she's only a sophomore.
No, I know she's new to college, but I thought it was like she was going into UConn, and he was like, I think she's the one.
It might have been. I'm going back. I'm trying to find that right now.
Yeah, people were pissed. And Kobe's like one of the most progressive women basketball fans before the NBA started jumping on that train after him. Kobe was like actually coaching young women.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to come off as some He-Man woman hater, right? Because I'm not. But I think we get lost in our own ego sometimes. Like the fact that there's smaller balls, right, denotes that there's a difference. And if there wasn't, then they should be advocating for the same playing field. And if you do play on the same playing field, this is why Mad Dog made a great point with equity, not equality. If you do it on the same playing field, it's not going to be close. And that's okay. I don't understand why we are trying to pretend it's not. That's what I don't understand.
In an interview,
no, I think it's. Sorry, go ahead.
I was in an interview with CNN. Kobe said there are current WNBA players who, quote, could most certainly keep up in the NBA. Bryant cited Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore, and Elena Delle Donne as women who can make their marks in the men's game.
All bucket getters.
True. All right, where are we at?
My thing is, I don't think Arian, you would watch one more second of WNBA if they were dunking more. I really don't think you would.
You got me fucked up. I promise you I would. Let me find somebody going down here yamming on somebody. That's why I don't watch basketball for bounce passes and nice picks. That's just me. But I didn't grow up in the AAU circuit, and I don't appreciate good basketball, right? Like it's like when I watch football now, it's hard for me to watch football that's bad football, right? All I do is critique it, right? I'm just a fan of basketball. I admit that. You know, I played in high school, didn't get much higher than high school, right? And so I don't have like this purist opinion of basketball. I like watching it because I like seeing it dunk. I like seeing crazy passes. I like seeing crazy handles. And so that's what I look for in basketball. When it's like, so my daughter plays, right? My daughter plays and she's 12 years old and I love her to death. She's the joy of my life, but her games are fucking boring, bro. It is what it is. It's just not entertaining. I love her. I hope she's having her blast, but it's not fun for me to watch. That's just my
all 12-year-olds stink.
No, man. Well, I'm saying, all right, man. All right. But anyway, all I'm saying is my entertainment preference. And like I could be the oddball out, right? I would venture to say I probably am the oddball out that we don't want to see women just dunking. And that wouldn't change our opinion. That's what's up. But for me, in order to get me really interested in this shit, I would want to see more athleticism, you know, in the form of dunking. Like, this is what I want to see. I could be the oddball out. Don't hate women. Don't hate women's sports. Is what it is.
You just want some dunks.
I would much rather watch
some dunks.
Bro, I love women's track, dog. Love women's track. Love women's tennis. Like all that shit. Like I'm a fan. But like when it comes to women's basketball, it's not my preference. It is what it is.
So what do you think about like when John McEnroe said that Serena would be like not in the top 100 men's players? Like what do you think about that?
I don't know enough about tennis, right? And John McEnroe played. I know Serena Williams is nice, but I just don't know enough about tennis. If that's a debate for tennis heads, right? But I don't take issue with it because in my opinion, there is a physical difference between sex. Well, first of all, there's a difference between sex and gender. I'm in that camp, right? And so, but when you're talking about sex, there are physical advantages evolutionarily that come with being a man versus being a woman, right? Being born that way. And when you talk about athleticism, years of building upon those advantages, there's going to be physical differences. Like I said, I don't know enough about tennis to say yes or no, right? I would think it would be fun to watch. That would be fun. That would be fun as fuck to watch.
They have mixed doubles and shit. Like tennis is the one we have seen a woman beat a man. Like I don't.
Right. I don't know. I just don't know enough about tennis. But what I'm saying is, I do think there's differences. But like I don't get caught up in like that's where I'm probably a real centrist when it comes to politics.
Yeah,
like
I agree with you.
Like I just don't give a fuck. Like who cares? Like if a dude is better because he's a dude, it's what it is. Like I'm just very centrist when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there are a lot more people who would disagree with you than you think.
No, I'm very well aware of the leftist side of things.
It's like a faux progression. Like people are trying to be like, no, I'm super progressive because I say this, and it's just like what you're saying doesn't make any logical sense. I'm arguing just the pure basketball of it. Like, yeah, I do think like the shooting is Like you'll see better shooting in women's basketball than men's because they're more technically proficient. Now you just said you don't give a shit, so that even if a man,
no, but see,
it's not like Kyle Korver's your favorite player.
He's
but
mine.
I would like to.
I swear to God, I've got a Kyle
No
Korver
shit.
jersey. I swear to God.
Hey, one of the greatest
believe
three-point
you.
shooters of all time. I'm with you, man. Whatever floats your fancy.
He was so
Not
awesome.
top 15.
He was what?
What
Hang on.
do you mean he's not top 15
Okay.
shooters of all time?
Correct.
You're kidding.
Man, hold on. Put that
For sure
take
not.
aside.
You're
Put
kidding.
that bad take aside. He's like top
No,
4.
He's like third.
literally.
Yeah, made because he was the first person shooting them. So the fuck what?
No, he's like the third best shooter ever.
No,
I wouldn't say that.
definitely not.
This is 15.
You think he's better than Durant?
Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Klay Thompson. He's not the third best shooter of all time. That's
Do you think he's better than
I think
Durant?
yes.
That we'll see.
No,
We
he's
can't
not
have this
a better-
conversation
he's
because
not
you're
a-
on the
he's
same
not a better
planet
shooter.
as me.
He's not
You
a better
kidding me?
shooter than. He's not a better
Can
shooter.
Kyle Korver dribble and then shoot? Like
That's
in
not
the
what
same
we're talking about. That's
movement?
not what we're talking
he's a
about.
spot
Of
shooter.
course, that's part of it. That's part of shooting.
Well, you're adding the dynamic
Yeah,
to it.
no,
You're
it's not. It's
definitely
part
adding
of
If we're just
dribbling
talking
and shooting.
set shooters, like we're just talking empty gym
Well, he's not better.
shooting.
He's not better. He's not better than Klay Thompson.
No, he's not.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my
I think
point.
you're
But he
right
can't
there.
be.
But if you want to, but if you want to put Klay Thompson ahead of him, that's fine.
then that's
Yeah,
3
but-
though. That's 3.
I'm putting Durant
That's
ahead
not
of
top
him.
three.
I've got 2.
Are you telling me Kyle Korver is a better shooter than Ray Allen? Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
Yes.
Cancel the pod, family. Cancel
This
the
is
pod.
why I'm
we
saying-
gotta
so-
move on.
Okay,
We
let's
gotta
say
move
it's
on.
Let's say it's
This is
4th.
the
That's
worst.
not 15.
This is the worst.
Oh, I could get 10 more. No.
Who?
problem. I mean, you're not even giving me Kevin Durant, so why would I keep naming
I'm
clearly
absolutely
better
not.
shooters?
Keep going.
I don't understand that though. Kevin Durant might be one of the most efficient shooters of all time. Like
Right.
efficiency. Like he's
Like I could go further back and say
Give me
Pete
10 more. Give me
Maravich because
10.
that's true. All right, Pete Maravich.
No,
Are you gonna give
no,
me that one or
different
no?
era.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
I
what's
don't
the
know. I
point
don't
of
know
this
Pete Maravich.
exercise if you're not going to give me obvious one? Because
Arian,
what's your
Arian-
criteria?
My criteria is a guy who like shooting the ball, shoot the ball, shoot
that's
the
bad.
basketball.
That's bad, Big T. This is bad. It's a bad argument.
Okay.
Let's go back to statue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where are we
what are
at
you
right
talking
now?
about?
All right,
We're
we
on
have-
number 2.
Cute.
Yeah, that was literally just
We-
based off of Hank Aaron. Okay, Arian, go ahead.
We may have to.
No, Coley's number 2 is
this is
first.
rapid fire.
No, wait. We didn't even.
No, it was
We're
Avery.
still on 1.
Wait,
dude.
who was Aaron? Who was yours?
Mine was Mufasa.
Okay, Mufasa, right. Okay, so let's do PFT. PFT's first one was Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that. I love that.
Okay, and then my first one is, so I would replace the Lincoln Monument with George H.W. Bush holding the baseball. Like the meme of him holding the baseball.
When he's like 99 years old.
Yeah. Yep. I just think it's a great meme. It'd be hilarious.
That's a
Demon
good
time.
man. It's a good man.
Demon time.
We live in the time where a meme should be a statue. That's
Yes,
for sure.
exactly.
Are
Ooh, we should do a
NFTs
whole
just
episode
meme
on memes.
statues?
Yeah, we'll do an episode.
The
on memes.
evolution of memes.
Okay. Just memes in general. Like, because actually the evolution is actually very interesting
Crazy.
with 4chan and all that shit. It's really dope, actually.
What do you
Anonymous.
think the biggest meme like person we could get on this show is? Like somebody who's been a meme.
I bet you we can get most of them because most of them are just regular cats. But like the big ones, like, we can't
Kombucha
get
Girl?
Jordan.
Right. We
cry
can't
face.
get crying Jordan. I'm aware. But like,
Kombucha Girl would be fire. I use her all the time. The dude, there was a dude
She's been in
who
here.
was like
Yeah.
doing some D&D thing, and he was like, he did that shit there
oh,
where
I
he's
know
like
who you're
blinking off
talking
at.
about. Yeah.
That dude, I use his shit all the time too.
I want to get the guy who is like I went to my biggest hater's funeral. That guy like standing there in the
That
suit.
meme died today. That meme
What do you
died
mean it
today.
died?
Oh, the Commanders used it.
The
Bad.
Commanders
Oh,
use it in the worst way I've ever
no.
seen
Yeah.
anyone use a meme. That meme died.
That's my
Is that
favorite
right?
Oh,
It's a
the
meme.
funeral
meme's
meme.
dead.
No.
Yeah,
He's
they were
dead.
like, no more get a name jokes, and it was him with like a hastily photoshopped Washington Commanders thing on
Oh
his suit.
God. We
That was a
got
tough scene.
fucked.
Yeah,
Damn.
that meme, much like his biggest hater, is now dead.
All right, Mad
Dead.
Dog.
I mean, mine's plain and simple. LeBron.
Does he have none?
No, he had the big
The billboard.
the
Billboard?
billboard in
That's
Cleveland.
that's not a statue though.
Yeah, I bet
Witness-
right now he does.
No, it's not.
Witness, he doesn't have a
That's crazy.
statue. He might have one in Akron, like at St. V's, like his high school,
I would hope so.
because that's like his whole like he has the gym and he has the I Promise school there. But if he does, it's not well talked about. So LeBron, plain and simple. I don't know much to explain about
I'm
that.
okay with that. I'm okay.
Arian posted a good meme today too. It's like the two guys holding up the bandanas.
That
The
was yesterday.
gangs.
That
Yeah,
was yesterday. Yeah.
that's all time.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next? Coley's back.
I'm gonna go off what PFT is talking about. Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana absolutely deserves a statue. Put it right at
Lovely
Woodstock.
statue.
People forget Santana's band at Woodstock is really what like set things off. And then Hendrix went after him, and that's when people were like, "Holy shit, what are we experiencing?" But Santana doesn't get talked about enough for my liking. I think Santana's the GOAT guitar player. So Santana.
I ain't gonna argue. I think it's Jimmy, but I feel you on that.
Yeah, that I mean, I love them both. It's not like I'm anti Hendrix. I just Santana's my numero uno.
Yeah, nah, I'm with you.
Big T.
All right, so
Oh no, it's Arian. My bad.
All right. My next statue would absolutely be my favorite human, Cornel West. I talk about him all the time. Cornel West is just, we just don't appreciate him enough, man. Like, I don't know, like if he kicks the bucket, man, I think that's when his prestige will grow. But he is just a fucking brilliant mind, dog. Yeah.
My second is S. Truett Cathy, the founder of Chick-fil-A. He
Oh my God.
invented one of the greatest things ever. Great philanthropist as well.
What did he invent?
Did a lot of the chicken sandwich.
He invented the chicken sandwich.
That's
Yes.
That
No, that's
sounds-
not
that
cap.
sounds-
That's not
that
cap.
sounds dumb.
Chick-fil-A
That sounds
and
dumb.
it's
That sounds
Google
dumb.
it. When their slogan is "We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich." That's literally true. He invented the chicken sandwich.
Me this nigga was the first one
Yes,
to
yes.
put chicken
Yeah,
in bread?
Google it right now.
Stop
Google it right
fam.
now. Google it
Stop.
right now.
What the fuck? I don't have to. I promise. Chicken's been around a long time, and so has bread. He wasn't the first, dog. I'm sorry.
He's credited with it.
Is he still alive?
No, he died. Like
Not
5 years
not
ago.
not
If he
somebody
was
getting
still
credit for some
alive-
shit they didn't do.
I mean,
If he
had
was still
someone in
alive-
human history maybe put a piece of chicken between bread? I don't know, maybe. In 1946, Atlanta
positive.
restaurant owner Truett Cathy created an alternative to the hamburger when he placed a piece of boneless grilled chicken inside a bun and dubbed it the Chick-fil-A. Now, more than 70 years and 1,500 restaurants later, Chick-fil-A's slogan is "We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich."
So
And
you're
that's
telling me
That's the biggest cap of all time.
1945, I couldn't find a chicken
I don't know.
sandwich
I wasn't
anywhere.
around. I couldn't tell you. I'm just telling you what the story is, okay?
The story for sure. I mean, listen, Arian picked someone who didn't exist. You did as well. I think that's
whoa,
fine.
Whoa. He exists in my mind, Coley. He exists in
Fair.
my mind.
And he's all right. So, and S. Truett Cathy exists in Big T's mind.
Well, that folklore does.
Now, ebony.com is claiming that he
Hold
did
on.
not invent the chicken
Big
sandwich.
T's homepage, yes.
That was the first link.
Hang on now.
Listen, I trust this source on this matter. So keep going.
This just sounds very credible. I'm with it.
Apparently I found several rebuttals to any Chick-fil-A invention, including a small ad in Topeka's Kansas Whip newspaper for a fried chicken sandwich special featured at the Booker T Cafe all the way back in 1936.
Good Lord.
So is it possible
Booker T.
that
Booker T. That he stole some shit? Yeah, probably.
No, he was a great philanthropist, good man. He deserves a statue.
Hold on, is this the dude that don't open on Sundays because Jesus?
He wants to give his workers a day of rest.
Does he pay him for the day?
I mean, they're not working.
Anyway,
You get a
you
should be on his side for this.
I'm not on his side. Pay him. Does he give him? I ain't gonna get into the workers'
Yeah,
compensation.
no, we don't have time.
Look. You made me forget my point. Fuck. I had all these other points bubbling up for the worker conversation. I fucked my original chicken sandwich point up. God damn it. Who else?
So PFT's
Avery.
PFT's up.
PFT.
I don't know how to pronounce it because there was a ranger named Wojtek Volsky. Is it Wojtek the Bear, but it's spelled Wojtek? He sent me a picture of it. Wojtek
Wojtek.
the Bear.
I only know Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, he sent me a picture of it. The Wikipedia says that it was a young cub brought. Hold on, wait a second. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. In 1942, he was a part of the Polish corps to Italy. I don't even know. This is something that PFT would pick. I don't really know who he is. Wojtek, yes. Wojtek, a Syrian brown bear, bought as a young cub at a railway station in Hamadan, Iran by the Polish Corps soldiers who had been evacuated from the Soviet Union. In order to provide for his rations and transportation, he was eventually enlisted officially as a soldier with the rank of a private and was subsequently promoted to corporal. So this was a legit corporal in the army, a bear. Interesting.
I agree. Deserves a statue.
Yep. I'm in on that. All right. My next one is Henrik Lundqvist, the best goaltender in New York Rangers history and the most winningest European goaltender of all time. He is my idol. And
How many cups does he have?
Doesn't matter. Cups don't define players. Let's move on.
I agree.
Yep. Championships don't define players, right, Arian?
I 1,000% agree.
Thank you. Ken Griffey Jr. never won a championship. Let's move on.
Barry Sanders never went to the playoffs.
Thank you. Mad Dog.
Mine's not sports related. I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg deserves one. I think she did a lot for women.
Yeah.
She was
What'd
really, yeah, I think she was really awesome. So I'm going with RBG for my second pick for the women.
RBG. I don't hate it.
All right. Big
Calling
man.
you up.
I've got more people mad at me for saying pickles are bad than the Chick-fil-A sandwich is bad. Like, people really
Did
love
you tweet
pickles.
that?
I enjoy pickles.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've tweeted it before. I wrote something last summer saying that, like, it's insane that they come standard.
Correct.
Like,
Nah.
you shouldn't be
There's a
like,
little- there's a little kick.
but once it's on the, if you don't like it, like, I don't care if people like it or not, that's fine. Like, go do you. But once a pickle is put on something, it completely overwhelms the taste of everything. Like, it's not like lettuce you can just take off. Like, it very much leaves its mark. You can't just add that to things against people's will.
Thank you.
Like,
Hey man, what's your third statue, man? You talking about pickles,
it's gonna
man?
be a statue of me when I eradicate pickles from human existence. No, my last one that should exist, I don't think it does, would be one of Mike Vick and Allen Iverson in Newport News, Virginia.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
That's
I love that
like,
shit.
Like, they should absolutely be, like, Virginia should be known as, like, Mike Vick and Allen Iverson played sports here.
I'm
That's
all
what
right
we
with
should
that.
think
You
of.
got and Pharrell.
Yeah, there should be a whole nother music set because it's Pharrell, Missy
I
Elliott,
got
I think
you. I got
Timberland
you.
too. Like that.
Missy from VA. I didn't know Missy was VA.
Yeah, Missy's from VA. Like that, whatever's in the water, it's there, and it's a spot in Alabama that birthed like Charles Barkley, Gucci. Like there's two spots that are Virginia and Alabama that have created like, and Bessemer, Bo Jackson's from over there too. Like there's two spots in the country. It's in Virginia, it's in Alabama. If I were a GM, that's the only two places I'd draft from.
There was a
With that.
TikTok
I
that
like
went
that.
viral. There was a TikTok that went viral of Allen Iverson. Someone handed him a picture of him and Kobe to sign, and
Oh,
he
I
had
saw
never
that.
seen the picture
that.
before. It was kind of
I saw that.
crazy.
He was like, "Yo, you got another one?"
Yeah, he's like, he basically was like, "Can I have it?" I would have been like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you're Allen Iverson."
Iverson's such a pure soul. Like he doesn't
Genuine
quite
dude.
understand how the world around him works because he's just been
Yeah.
such a superstar for so long that he
Yeah,
just
he don't know. He don't know he an icon like that. Like,
no, like, and he loves the love, but he's the only retired player who 100% of the time will give props before he shits on someone.
one of my favorite AI quotes of all time was when he was sitting around some table and it was like they was talking about like, is LeBron better than Michael Jordan? He's like, did we forget about Kobe? Like, what the fuck are we talking? Like, what are we? That's Kobe. Like, that was my shit. Cause I'm a Kobe fan.
Iverson. If you ask Iverson his favorite player of all time, he'd list 25 people.
Probably. Yeah.
He has no idea
Love
you
it.
could pick one. Like he's like, why would I pick just one? There are so many good players.
All right, Arian.
All right, my statue. I gotta go with my favorite brain of all time, Albert Einstein. Man, gotta have. I would replace the Statue of Liberty with Albert Einstein.
All right.
Fuck that bitch.
Same size,
Same size. Oh yeah.
like a big Einstein.
big ass Albert Einstein. Fuck yeah. He ain't do nothing.
That'd be insane. That'd be
That'd be
very
fire.
funny.
Would it
That'd
be
be
like
funny.
a green Albert Einstein though? You'd have to keep the same color scheme, right?
Nah.
Make him blue.
Whatever. It wasn't always
mean,
green. It
yeah, it wasn't.
turned that
It was
way over
copper.
time. It was copper or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
The ocean did that.
It looks nice green though.
It does. It's a strong. It's like that Tiffany green.
I mean, you just don't know anything else.
True.
There's other better colors.
Fair enough. All right,
Sure,
Big
I think
T.
it just works for statues.
It's me.
Yes, sir.
I could imagine a golden one.
My third statue is just me. I mean, if we're building statues, why would I not put one of myself? That's dumb.
What would you be doing? Like, what would the statue, like, the pose be?
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead, but like I would
Shaking the Chick-fil-A guy's hands.
like Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse in front of Cinderella's castle. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be me doing something. I don't know. If 3 statues, obviously, you get 3 wishes. 1 is more wishes. You get 3 statues. 1 is of yourself. That's a given.
Fair.
Every genie knows can't get more wishes with your wishes, man. That's standard genie protocol.
Mhm.
You have. It's like being off the record though. You have to say it. You got to make them say it though. If they don't,
That's
then
facts.
first one's more wishes.
I'm with you.
It's a great point. Yeah.
A
It's a
lot
great
of
point.
statues have like accolades under it. What would you put as like one of
Hold on. How
accolades?
many wishes would you wish for if you had more wishes?
Infinite wishes.
Infinite.
Yeah.
You is
That's-
infinite.
It's the only
yeah,
answer.
You got your bases
Fuck.
covered. You're set for life.
But at what point do you just like I don't need or want any more shit?
You get
figure it out
500.
along
Is
the
he
way.
counting them for me? Do I have to count the 500 wishes? Like infinite, you just don't gotta think about it.
I mean, Tom Hanks counted the days on the wall, but marking the shit. You know, you can count your wishes.
You're,
You know what I
but
mean?
yeah, but you're always gonna want to wish, Arian. Does like Chick-fil-A
don't
runs
know,
out of
man.
sauce? I wish I had Chick-fil-A sauce. Boom.
That's a waste of a wish.
Not
Well,
if
if
they're
you have
infinite.
infinite,
Yeah, I mean, you just lost.
You can literally fix the world's problems, and then else like what would you
You
want?
can use a wish and have just as many wishes as you had before.
true.
Y'all some capitalist wish.
Yep.
Y'all some
Yep.
genie capitalists.
Yep.
Unreal.
It's greedy for sure, but I agree. You have to ask. If he's like, "Yeah, that works,"
No,
then
you
you're
don't even
cooking.
ask. You just don't mention it, and unless he says it, you're in the clear. It's like being
Well,
off-
no, I'm saying that would be my first wish would be that, and if he says no, it's like, all right, now I know I have to really focus on these 3.
Yeah, I feel like
I
it
would,
has
I
to
would
be
wish.
stated
I would wish for
beforehand.
all genie. I would wish for all genies to have some fine print on their lamp that says no more wishes than 3 wishes.
A
Just to
binding
fuck you guys
contract.
over. Yeah, just to fuck you guys over.
He wants
This is
socialism
ridiculous.
in his genies.
It's fucked up.
I want communism in my genies.
Even worse.
All right.
They're better.
PFT had the entire cast of Jackass kicking each other in the dicks. That was his.
Pretty good.
And then an honorable mention, Dolly Parton, which he mentioned in our group chat.
I'm okay with that one actually.
I
There's a
thought
whole
that was
world.
one of
Does
his
she not have a
3, or I
statue?
would have made it one of my 3.
She's pretty universally loved, man.
Definitely.
Helped fund the COVID vaccine.
It's like you don't want to not talk about it. I be trying to stray away.
She did a good
I be
thing. She
try-
gave $1 million.
He just mentioned a fact,
She
Arian.
did a good thing. She did a public good.
Agreed.
Obviously, we almost went the whole episode again.
I am
like,
pro
but you don't wanna
vaccine
keep-
for myself.
Hey, man.
All right. Moving on. Do you guys remember during Halloween time when Lori Lightfoot dressed up as a Clorox bottle? So I want that to be the statue.
What?
I want that to be the statue, but like so people can beat it up, like ruin the statue. Because she's just the woke. She's on an all-time woke list. I gotta send you
Yeah,
this picture.
Lightfoot.
I gotta send you
I
this
haven't
picture of Lori.
Send it.
I've
to the
never
group,
seen
man.
a single positive bit of news with Lightfoot's name attached to it. Not one time.
Yeah, she's just awful.
She's going to be the Democratic nominee in 2024.
Stop.
Oh, I thought of someone. Oh, I didn't. It's just my guy Fetterman.
I don't even know who that is.
Is the tall dude who dresses like Adam Sandler from Pennsylvania. He's got a go. He
No,
looks
I
like
was
a
talking
big
about the.
biker.
I was talking about the
Oh,
lady
Lightfoot?
he mentioned. No,
It's
is
the-
that her name?
Mayor of Chicago.
One of
Oh, is that the black lady with the short hair?
yes,
Yeah.
one of the
He
all-time
say
woes
he want a
to ever
statue of
live.
her.
Yeah, so people can ruin it.
So people could deface it exclusively.
I don't know enough about her, man. I wish I could comment. I don't know enough about her.
If you do some research and find a single positive thing, send it this way because I never have.
Won't take long.
Not once.
I got you. All right, what you got, man, dog?
Betty White. I also think it should say on there that, like, what Avery said when you have the accolades under. I think it should say she was 100 years old. I think she gets
Yep.
that. think she was close enough that she gets that.
That's fake news. That's fake news though.
But if you live that long and then you make it that far.
If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike.
It never gets old, Big D.
That's
I don't know,
weak.
but I do think she deserves a statue. Maybe holding a dog. She's like a big, like, sorry, Arian, but
yeah. Why you put a little?
She was a big animal
rat on there.
She was a big animal person. She had like 7 dogs.
Y'all love these little house rats.
Look,
crazy.
that was a Betty White thing. I love my dog, but she was like really into the ASPCA. She was a big animal person, so maybe like petting what's another animal? Petting a fox, maybe? I don't know.
I also got to send this other picture of Lori Lightfoot. So she posted recently, I think it was like last week or whatever, that they were offering $100 to get the vax or whatever, and she was standing next to like a pile of money, but the money was spelled out and get the vax. So people obviously had some fun with it. People say she looks like the Riddler. So here I'm gonna send this one. This one's great. It says "Get the bat and money." She is. That's funny, the memes are great.
Get the bat. That's common.
Yeah, she very much looks like a villain.
She also wears like very
ill-fitting.
Yeah, she wears like very baggy clothing too. And what's the draft class where they were all wearing baggy clothing in the NBA?
03.
Yeah, there's a picture of her in that draft class. I'll send that one too. If
I was thinking about that recently. LeBron showing up in the white suit for his draft was such a power move.
The whole draft class had some fucking parachutes on. That's wild.
Was that also Kirk Heinrich?
Yeah.
Was he in that one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, his suit's baggy.
That was a style back then, though.
Yeah, that was.
I had a baggy suit. I had a baggy suit for sure. I was 03. I was in high school, so like 2 years later, I had a baggy suit.
Yeah, what'd you wear to the draft?
I didn't get drafted.
Really?
Nope.
I actually didn't know that.
He's mentioned it a dozen times.
I didn't know.
Hey, brother, it's all good. Man. One of the best things that ever happened to me.
Arian got drafted once. It was in a movie.
In a film.
I actually did go in the first round, actually. Yeah, I went.
The Cleveland Browns traded back to get him.
Hell yeah, go Browns.
You know
go Browns, Arian.
They came and got me. You feel me? Came and got me. That was one of my favorite life moments because I got a chance to sit on set with Kevin Costner, and we just sitting there, like takes forever to do like lighting and cameras and shit. So we just sitting there and we just chopping it up. And I was like, man, I got to tell you, dog, I grew up watching Dances with Wolves so fucking much because my mom loves that movie, dog. I'm talking, she loves Dances with Wolves. So I'm sitting here telling him that. He goes, oh man, I'm so sorry. That's just a dope moment for me and my family.
He seems really cool. Is he cool?
He was cool as shit to me. Like, I mean, I don't know him, but like, he was cool as shit.
Did you have to go to Cleveland for that movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you have to go to Berea? Did you have to go to the Browns training facility?
Yeah. No. Where did we film? I don't think it was in the actual. It might have been in the stadium. We had this scene. I don't even know if it made it in the movie. We haven't watched it. But they're like yelling. Like we're like in the
draft party.
Right before we go to on the field, it's like me and Chadwick Boseman, and we're like hyping the team up around us, and everybody's dressed in brown uniform.
Yeah, that's not. Oh yeah. It's the very last scene.
Oh,
it's
is
the
it?
very last scene? Yeah.
I
don't know.
I don't watched the movie that you're in.
No.
I think he's mentioned that
movie.
too.
Yeah, I do think
it's so
I
funny.
do vaguely recall that now.
Yeah, so
it's one of my.
I went to it. I went to the preview, but I don't think I stayed. It's weird. It's kind of. I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know. It's not, I guess
you've got like 7 minutes of screen time. You're barely in it.
It's vain. Hold on. Don't discredit the.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like if you were the main. I'm saying if you were the main character, I definitely
would have watched it then. I definitely would have watched it.
That's what I mean. But like you show up at the beginning, you're a troubled youth who got into a fight and almost broke your hand. And then you turn to Terry Crews, your father, and you go, I just want to be a Brown. The first person to ever say that.
I just want to be a Brown, Pop.
Then,
that's facts.
Then you get drafted, you're elated, which is true acting because you never really got that call, which is, again, not a shot, but you did actually have to act there.
It's fact. Yeah, I mean the whole movie,
and you crushed it. You crushed it.
I appreciate it.
one of our because you guys went to the actual draft to walk the red carpet, right?
Yeah, Radio City Hall. We was there. Yeah.
Yeah. One of our coworkers, Jeff DeLoe, was running the red carpet, so he had to help you get down the red carpet and like tell people like this. What was your character's name again? I can't remember.
Vontae. No, that was
That was Vontae Mack. No matter what.
Ray Jennings.
Yep.
Ray Jennings. So he had to he was like the PA, so he had to turn to the crowd. They would have like the actual draft picks for that year walk down, and everyone would cheer, and then they'd have to be like, all right, we got Ray Jennings from Florida State coming, and everyone was like, what?
And then a couple was like, that's Arian Fall. I had a couple of those.
That's true, because you were the actual only football player there.
Yeah, that was my peak. That was my peak. Like I was like perennial Pro Bowler by then.
They're like, why is he here?
Yeah,
is there a new rule?
It's like getting drafted, bro. This is weird.
Did you think?
I love that fucking movie.
I love it unironically.
I love that movie.
Me too.
Not every movie has to be an Oscar winner. I wrote a blog about this. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's just they definitely make it seem like, I mean, they traded 3 consecutive years of second round picks. Bad move. Like they still lost that.
Hang on.
That script was good though.
We were talking about this yesterday. For them, yes, it was a bad move. But like we were talking about the Bucks. The Bucks should trade as many first round picks for Aaron Rodgers as Green Bay want. If they want 7, give it to them. Who cares?
I thought you could only trade.
I
think 3's the max. I think you can only trade 3.
Okay,
yeah.
Then give them 3 seconds. Like literally, if you're a team and you can like get Aaron Rodgers, who cares? What have the picks?
Well, the Bucks are an interesting point right now because I don't think they have a ton of cap space, and they have none of the rest of their offense signed. So I don't know. I get your point, but I think it would have to be a more ready-made team. But for the Browns in this movie, they take.
Yes, it was a bad.
Chadwick Boseman was 39 in real life when he played a 21-year-old short outside linebacker.
But you know what pissed me off about that, dog? This will piss me off. Let me tell you what pissed me off about that. Ivan Reitman, the director, comes up to me. He was like, "Hey man, we gotta shave your beard." And I'm like, "What?" I was like, I can't do it, man. He's like, "Man, I know, man." He's like, "We just, we want to give you that youthful look." And I'm looking at Chadwick like, this nigga's really 39, dog. And at the time, I'm what, 25, 26?
28, something like that.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm like 25, 26, bro. Like, in real life. And I'm like, this really just happened. And man, I got to shave my beard to look. I was like, look, Ivan, man. But I did it just because I was going method and I was trying to be, what I mean?
I was going to say, Chadwick wasn't as well, like he was well known, but he wasn't what he became.
Nah, he wasn't. We exchanged numbers. I don't think he would exchange my numbers if I met him in another place in his career.
No. I mean, that movie, yeah. When I found out he was that old in that movie and he's playing like a 21-year-old prospect, very funny.
Yeah, I mean, does. He looks young, but I'm saying
he does.
You're gonna tell me my beard had me looking in my 30s when Chadwick was, and I'm like, whatever, man. It's all good.
The Browns took like the 4th rated prospect first overall, and then they traded 3 second rounders for a running back, I think 5th overall. Like, it was a celebrated draft. They got 2 good players, it looks like, but just terrible drafting overall. Like, that GM would still get fired.
Didn't look too good other than on paper.
You got a kick returner too, David Putney.
Just because he felt like it.
Yep.
Yeah, just got fucking can. What a movie. Yeah,
I'm gonna run it back.
After everyone else watches Ready Player One, we need to, maybe in preparation for the NFL draft, we'll watch Draft Day.
Look at that. Take me back, baby.
Killing it. Absolutely.
We should do like a live watch along, like on Zoom or something.
Yeah, we can.
I'm with that. That'd be fun.
We did it for Mixtape because Tyler had never seen it and he could not believe what he was watching.
He don't like running backs. I was on his podcast.
He does.
I was on his podcast tearing his ass up for that whack ass tape. It's just a bad tape. It's a bad tape.
I'll tell you.
Me and him didn't fully ever see eye to eye on it, but I kind of see his point.
And he has a bunch of, he hates running back. They should never be.
He wouldn't pay him. He wouldn't pay him a compliment, let alone a contract.
Nah.
Would you?
He's all good with paying tight ends, overpaying for quarterbacks. Like, it's.
Would you agree with this? if you have
He's
a
not
running back
going
like Derrick Henry, obviously you pay him like pretty much whatever it takes because that's
Yeah.
But as positions go, running back is the most expendable position on the field.
I see, and that's just a bad argument. It's not that it's not that it's expendable. It's just that
Replaceable.
the lifespan is short. It's not replaceable. So you don't replace Derrick Henry, right?
Correct.
You don't place the production a top tier running back can give you. You don't pay money for bottom tier quarterbacks or running backs. You pay them top tier running back. That's why you pay them, because you can't replace that production.
Right, but how many of those guys are there?
You don't pay. They don't get. I mean, go look at how many running backs has really gotten paid. There's really just a handful of them. Like in my generation, there's myself, Ray Rice, Jamal Charles, Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson, Chris Johnson. There's just like a handful of guys that really got paid, but it's because you couldn't replace that production.
Right. I mean, I do like every time people say you can replace any running back, you should always post the Trent Richardson screenshot. Like that's all you should post. Him not being able to run through massive me and big T-sized holes.
For some reason, running backs get this. They're marketed as everything's replaceable, but it's like any position is replaceable, right? Like so when Tom Brady gets hurt and Matt Castle comes in and they go 11-5, was that replaceable? Like, nah, there's a lot of different factors. A lot of things go in.
We lost 5 more games than we did the year previous.
But that's 11-5 is a top tier record. I'm saying it's a top tier record. But what I'm saying is running backs get marketed like that, right? And it's a lot of the media. Like when you have a quality running back that is good in pass protection, good in catching, good and run, you can't replace that production, and that's why they get paid. And they will continue to get paid regardless of the dogma.
My question would be how many running backs, and I'm more on your side than the other side, but I'm curious, how many running backs do you think would still be elite outside of offensive line production? You know what I mean? Like how many, if you could remove that from the equation, how many guys are truly elite like that?
If you can substitute quarterback with line or receiver with running back, like you can make that argument with anybody.
Sure,
Really
I don't disagree, but does my point even make sense? I guess, or question even make sense?
No, like if you give Saquon Barkley a Cowboys offensive line, he's exponentially better, but that doesn't devalue what he can do for your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you look at it, and that's also why like one of the most overrated stats of all time is yards per carry. Yards per carry is such a stupid fucking stat because there's so many factors that go into it. Like where are you at in the game? You know, short yardage versus, you know, there's just so many factors that go in the game. That it's a relative understanding of how productive he is, but it's not like a telltale sign. But it's just like if you have a shitty line and you have a great quarterback, ain't gonna be that good. If you have a great receiver and a shitty quarterback, it's not gonna be that good. He can still be good, but he's not gonna be as good as he could be. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's just a bad argument that literally, and the reason why I buck so hard against it because literally that's what they try to use. No, but they try to use that negotiation tactics to not pay running back, and it's ridiculous because you'll carry it 300 times a year, fuck your body up, but you're gonna tell me that it's replaceable?
Does that not seem like why would they need to do that in negotiations when like if they didn't want to pay you, they just wouldn't do it?
No, it's a negotiation because they don't want to lose you. They know you're valuable. That's why.
Right. They want to pay you, but not as much as you want to be paid. That's why. Yeah.
My contract negotiation was hilarious. Like because I led the league in rushing, and the next year I was I had another All-Pro season, and so we went to the negotiations table, and their first offer was $60 million over 4 years, and we were like, "What the fuck? Like you're insane!" And so like we ended up going for 40, but like that's where they started. But those are the arguments that they used. Well, what about this and what about this and yada, yada, and they use stupid fucking arguments like running backs are expendable. And like we're like, okay, if we're expendable, let us walk then.
At any point were you like, you're the Houston Texans, I'm the only one selling jerseys?
No, we didn't use that one.
That's what I would have said repeatedly. Like,
no, we didn't use that one.
Did you ever so did you get to free agency or did you sign an extension before?
We signed an extension.
Did you ever want to go be a free agent?
I loved the city of Houston. That sounds like I'm still there. At the time, like I loved the city. I loved the team. I really felt like we could win a championship. And so I wanted to stay. But I was definitely willing to walk if they were gonna give me that weak ass offer.
Who else was
Capitalism
when
at
you
its
signed with
finest.
Miami? Who else was looking at you?
There was a few like New York Jets, but at the time I had just came off a Achilles tear, so there was only like 2 or 3 teams that were really looking at me.
Yeah, Achilles is. Would you have rather any other injury?
No, actually, it's not that I didn't bounce back. Matter of fact, my Achilles that I tore is actually stronger than my left one. Like it's better. Like it's way. It feels way better. The Achilles like tear. It's just not what it used to be. Like it's very fixable. Like and literally, I was back in like 8 months. 7 months really. And so that's not what it was. That's not what hindered me.
Just mentally.
In Miami. Yeah, I was checked out mentally and a whole bunch of other reasons. That's a long ass microdosing.
I was gonna say, are y'all aware that we are 10 minutes away from going 2 hours?
Yeah, we're stretching it.
Yeah, we're at 1:45.
I will say though, it's so cool that you're at 1 undrafted. That I must have glanced over it. I must have glanced over it because I don't ever remember hearing it. But that's unbelievable. Like, and
Yeah,
I looked it up.
top
20, top 25 all-time NFLers that went undrafted. You're in there.
The reason why it's so dope that I went undrafted is because when you get undrafted, if you get drafted, they sign you to an automatic 4-year deal, right?
Mhm.
That's great.
So when you're undrafted, it's only a 2-year deal. And so my first year, I was just a rookie and I didn't play a whole lot. Second year, I led the league in rushing. And so my deal is up. The next year, they tagged me, right? And then the next year, I'm up. So 3 years after I was done, I had led the league in rushing. I was one of the best running backs in the league. They had to pay me. So like, but if they didn't, I would have had to play another year under that rookie.
Yeah, you would have
deal.
been fucked. You would have been absolutely fucked.
Yeah, so you think you would have got way less money, is what you're saying?
There's no telling. Well, how it played out was 2012 was another Pro Bowl year, so I would have had another Pro Bowl, so they would have to pay me anyway. But the odds of that happening are just really low, so I would rather ante up early than.
And you would have been a year older. Like they would have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It worked out. Man,
were there incentives?
Why don't more people do that? Everyone should just do that.
Were there incentives?
Everybody should just not go drafted.
Were there incentives for going undrafted and then becoming like what you became? Obviously,
interesting story. That's why I don't fuck with the NFLPA. All right, so there are right. So there's something they have player performance bonus.
right?
And so my rookie year, we were still under the old NFLPA, and so I think I had 2 games. The end of the last 2 games I started. I had like 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and we beat the Patriots, and we beat the Dolphins. And I played really well, right? Just because of those 2 games, I had an $80,000 check that got sent to me for player performance because I was undrafted and I played high, right? I played at a high level. The next year was they were not under the NFLPA CBA. And so I led the league in rushing, but they didn't have player performances built in to that contract. So I would have maybe made $1 million, dog.
Wow.
Because I led the league in rushing, like led the league in touchdowns, like first team all pro, all that shit. And I got no player performance for it. Nothing. And I was like, yo, fuck y'all and fuck your dude. Kiss my ass. Matter of fact, y'all still owe me that money in my eyes.
Arian Foster, anti-union.
Anti-NFL Players Union. Yo, when shit is shady, shit is
what I
shady,
heard.
family. Not anti-union.
Did you think you were gonna get drafted?
Oh, I was going to get drafted. I absolutely dropped the ball on that, and I'm so glad I did. Well, and this is another long story. So my junior year, I was supposed to come out, and I was slotted to go in the second round if I would have left my junior year. I decided to stay. Bunch of stupid reasons. Decided to stay.
That's why you
ended up
coming back.
I'm telling you, there's just no point. Ended up. This is controversial, but the coaches just like stopped playing me. They got their reasons, man. I literally had no carries. Like we played Georgia my senior year. I had 3 carries my senior year, and we played a rival. Right? It was just mad wild. There's all kind of coaching friction, and I just didn't play that much. Anyway, a whole bunch of things happened in the off season. After my senior year, I told y'all that the Senior Bowl story about Pat White.
Yeah.
That told you that story.
You ran a 5.2 40.
I had pulled my hamstring, ran a 4.7. You know what I'm saying? And that to this day, I hate that shit too. People like, Aaron Foster ran a 4.7. You don't gotta be fast. Like, fuck, bro, I did not run a 4.7, dog. But yeah, I definitely thought I was gonna be drafted. And even then, I got a call. I don't know if I ever told y'all this. I got a call from the Seattle Seahawks in the 7th round. Matter of fact, I got a call from New York Jets in the 3rd. They said, we're either gonna take you or Sean Green. They ended up taking Sean Green.
Thrilled they took Sean Green.
Yeah, they were happy about it. And then I got a call.
I'm still happy about it.
Facts, right? Me too. No state taxes in Texas. But I got a call from Seattle in the 7th round, and they said, "Hey, man, we're thinking of taking you with our next pick. But what do you think about that?" And the rap on me, I didn't know at the time, but the rap on me was I was uncoachable and I was an asshole. Like that was the rap on me, right? Which was all bullshit. Like it's a whole nother conversation, but it was all bullshit. But at the time, no, I was a nice person. No. At the time, I was so pissed off, dog, from not getting drafted. I'm in the 7th round. Like my family's in a hotel with me. I'm like, I mean, that's what's up. You know, that'd be cool. I told the Seattle Seahawks that, and they was like, okay, thank you. And they didn't take me, thank God. But
yeah, at that point, I mean, like, I've heard a lot of players say that once you get to the 6th or 7th round, they're like, I'd rather just go undrafted and get the pick.
Yeah, better, because you locked in that 4-year deal.
Yeah,
and you can pick where some people can pick where they want to go. That's funny. Fuck you, Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the homie. Pete Carroll, the homie. Pete Carroll, the homie. I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, I got about that 2-year deal real quick, player. I'm appreciative.
That's very funny.
But yo, I got to shake y'all. I got another meeting.
All right, guys.
This has been the longest nanodosing.
Yeah.
Dad wasn't here.
Dad wasn't here. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And fuck Billy for not giving us his statues. What the
Yeah,
fuck
that's
is his
bullshit.
deal? What the fuck? All right, y'all. Much love, peace,
All right,
and
guys.
happiness. Everybody out there.
See y'all next week.